everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video, I'll be doing a review for Moon Knight Episode 3. As always, we'll start with the non-spoiler stuff, then I'll give you a warning. So if you haven't watched the episode, you can watch until then and then come back and watch the rest of the video. Boy, Episode 3. Look, we left things off very interestingly in Episode 2, and I'm just very excited about... there's a few things that I really enjoyed about this episode. First of all, the location, beautiful scenery, settings, really cool stuff. Like just these, it's like they're presenting this setting in a way that you really don't really see because it's through a different lens. So I really like that. I love the way that we're exploring this mythology. Second of all, is the expansion of that mythology. Like we are seeing some stuff that I've never even heard about in the comics, and I really enjoy that as well. I think it just makes it feel like it adds another dimension to the show. Like we have the action adventure part of it, we have the comedy and the horror aspect of it, but now we have like this mythological pantheon. It's really cool stuff. uh, Once again, the action is top notch. Like I just really enjoy all the fighting and the scenes, and it kind of how it's a different type of fight every time. They throw these little twists and curveballs, and they really use um, they really use the way that Mark perceives things in a very interesting way. The relationship between Mark and Steven is really cool. And they're just really doing a great job, especially Oscar Isaac, just portraying, shifting from these different personalities. Once again, Khonshu, top star. I really like anytime that he's on screen. I really appreciate it. And of course, Ethan Hawke as the villain. Like anytime he shows up in the screen, I'm afraid that things are gonna go super bad for everyone. So just the show keeps rolling. Anybody that's seen the first 4 episodes, I don't know how they're doing it. I feel bad for them almost because it's like you've gotten this much. This is just episode 3, and like things are really building up, and now they all have to wait till everyone else to watch the last two. So once again, top notch episode. I'm gonna get a little bit into spoilers, so stay tuned. But thanks for watching. If you're stopping now, thanks for watching. Come back and see us. All right. So you've been warned. The spoilers. So if you haven't seen the rest, if you haven't watched episode 3, go away because we're gonna get into spoilers. So man, this episode. So we are now in Cairo, which once again, when I talked about the setting earlier, and just I love going through the streets of Cairo and just driving around, seeing the pyramids, and just it's so cool how everything is just so close. I don't know. I don't think we've seen it like this portrayed in many media. At least not stuff that I've seen. So I hopefully this is a new direction that we can explore more of these places that are just really cool, and in a more contemporary way as opposed to looking at like the way things might have used to been. Um, Once again, the introduction of the pantheon of the Egyptian gods, it just blew my mind. Like Khonshu causing the eclipse, and then to get everyone's attention, the avatars being summoned, like so cool, so cool. I'm glad to see that it looks like Khonshu or Mark have an ally in one of the gods. Hopefully they'll come back and do a little bit more. Um, the fights this episode were so cool. Like, and we've gotten some hints. I know it's been out there, rumors on the internet, but we've gotten some hints at a third personality, because now Mark blacked out and Steven said it wasn't him. So like, it's not like we know that Khonshu can't really take over a body outside of that Pantheon temple, like where the gods meet. So very interesting. Also interesting to see how the Egyptian gods kind of keep each other in check and have the power to remove each other. I wonder if that's what happened to Amit. Maybe that's they had to imprison Amit away. Um, so very interesting there. The whole trial of Arthur Harrow in front of the gods. Um, Really cool stuff. But I think my favorite part was once we got to the where they're looking for the sarcophagus. Just it's really cool. Like when all the fighting, the settings, like just I don't remember what the art form is called when they're in the horses, like that type of sparring or fighting. But that was really cool. It was really fun to see, and just like the whole setting at night in Egypt with all these colorful lights all over the place. We do see Gaspar Ulliel, who unfortunately passed away after shooting. He shows up in this episode. It was a really nice to have a dedication at the end of the episode for him, and I really enjoyed like what he brought to the screen for that character. So that was very cool. And now, really, my favorite moment is Moon Knight. You know, he fights the bad guys, turns into them. I like that they switch from Moon Knight, from Mark's Moon Knight to Mr. Knight from Steven's side. But when he knows he's kind of overtaken, they switch again. I like that Stevens the they don't think they need him, but they really do because of his knowledge of. It's almost as if each personality is bringing something that the team will need for the mission. So that's a really interesting way to do that. And then the scene where they're rearranging the heaven, where Khonshu is using his powers to bring back the heaven from 2,000 years ago, so they can figure out where the tomb is. That was magnificent. But unfortunately, it did come at a great cost. So that was very cool. I like all the stuff that we're seeing. Arthur Harrow at the end kind of rub it in Khonshu's face that he can't really stop anybody now. Just fun stuff. I really, really, this series is unlike anything we've seen on the MCU. And I'm just glad that even if it's not connected to anything at the moment, like that's fine. Just give me a really cool adaptation of this character. Every time the Moon Knight is on screen with the battle armor, like it just looks so cool. Like it's just such a cool design. We finally got to see him fly off with the cape in the shape of the moon. Yeah, I do like that his. It looks like the moon things that come out of his chest, like they're just kind of infinite. That's an interesting. I mean, it all comes from Khonshu's power, but I'm interested to see going forward. Now that Khonshu is trapped, will that limit Mark's power in the armor? Will he even be able to summon the suit? Um, I would think so, but we'll see. And will we be introduced to a different personality, which everybody's speculating it could be Jake Lockley. So, very excited to see what's going on next. Interested to see if Mark will reveal his secret to Layla, which, even though he's just doing it for her protection, is still something that maybe he shouldn't have kept from her. So, I don't know. They've set up so much good stuff, and we're just halfway through the series. Yeah, this has been my favorite episode so far, but they just each keep getting better and better. So I have very high hopes. I know a lot of people have seen up to 4 episodes, so after next week we'll all be on the same boat. So very excited. But let us know what you thought of the episode. Let us know what you're thinking of the show so far. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, a lot of fun stuff coming to the channel. Also on our Lex Live, we will be doing our worst comic book movies since 1998 to the present, as voted on by a lot of you guys. So we'll have our own list. We'll make a list of everybody that watches and listens to the show and submitted their answers. So thanks everyone that contributed to that list. So very excited for that. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone.